morning, sweet world, and welcome to the No Dunks podcast presented by FanDuel. It's Wednesday, May 13th, 2026. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, it's Tass Mellis.
Podcast listeners, this is for you.
Next to him, it's my Top Shot hot boy, Trey Kirby.
Ayo.
Ayo. And over yonder, making the magic happen, super producer, JD.
Hello.
There he is. Here we are. Hello to everybody on YouTube. Hello, podcast listeners. On today's No Dunks, we'll discuss last night's pivotal Game 5 between the Wolves and the Spurs. We're going to hit the beach to answer a few of your questions. Thanks to everybody that sent in their cues. But first, we had a wave of sad news in the NBA world yesterday. We'll start with Memphis Grizzlies forward Brandon Clarke was found dead at home in Los Angeles on Monday. He was just 29 years old. The cause is still being investigated, though some reports say Clarke passed away from a possible drug overdose. The Grizzlies said in a statement that they are, quote, heartbroken by the tragic loss of Clarke. Brandon was an outstanding teammate and an even better person whose impact on the organization and the greater Memphis community will not be forgotten. So Brandon Clarke, our deepest condolences, obviously, to Clarke's family and friends. 29. This is very sad news, and there's more to come here, unfortunately.
Yeah, to figure that part out. But as you said, he loved the city of Memphis. He had just established a foundation, like just recently. Mm-hmm. I read this from DeMichael Cole, the commercial appeal recently. And this comes obviously out of nowhere for somebody who was loved in the locker room. That's for sure. I liked reading what Brad Jones, a former Grizzlies assistant, had to say. In all my years with him, I never heard one person say anything cross about him. Wonderful guy and teammate, just loved him. I like this line from Brad Jones. He was low-key cool, always had the good look, like he would dress nice, but not overly nice.
Low-key cool.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a compliment.
Good way to be described.
Yeah, he'd been there for so long because he was part of the same draft as John Morant.
Yeah.
And we all, especially as Canadians, expected him to be very good. Starting that career, it was really good going into that second round of the playoffs when he had that good run against Minnesota in 2022, where he was a couple 20-point games in the playoffs.
He was awesome in that series.
And it's super athletic, and then obviously the injuries slowed him down.
Yeah.
And here we are. Yeah, terrible news.
Yeah, it's pretty rare that an active NBA player dies. Like, there's only been a handful in our lifetime, really, and only 29 years old is just super sad. And people only had good things to say about him. You see Jay Crowder, like, posting old text messages, inspiring him and kind of, like, talking about their relationship. Mm-hmm. Everybody just seem to really like the guy and are going to miss having him around. So he's battled injuries the past few years. Yeah. Didn't see a ton of them on the court, and just super sad, man.
Yeah, before the injuries, for sure, the energy and athleticism that he did bring, pairing with John Morant there, like you said, same draft class. Like,
that's why
all of his highlights are like awesome John Morant dimes to him or alley-oops to Brandon Clarke, throwing him down. And he got rewarded for it after that playoff run there. He got the 4-year, $50 million contract from the Grizzlies, but then the torn Achilles and then the right knee injury, and like we just hadn't seen this guy. He played like something like 72 games over the last 3 seasons. So really sad news. I think it's important to use this unfortunate event as a timely reminder to check in on your loved ones. Call them, text them, do what you got to do. So to use this very sad news as something to remind you to do that. Anything else about Brandon Clarke? Because that wasn't it yesterday. 4 or 5 hours after the news broke of his passing, Jason Collins, the NBA's first openly gay player, died of brain cancer. This was on Tuesday again. He was 47. Now, for those that don't remember, Collins retired in 2014 after a 13-year career that included stops with the New Jersey Nets and Memphis and Minnesota, Atlanta, Boston, Washington, and then a return to the Nets when they moved to Brooklyn. Collins announced he was gay in a 2013 Sports Illustrated cover story, becoming the first male athlete to come out of the closet in one of the 4 major professional sports. So a trailblazer in the truest sense, and what a legacy he leaves. Unfortunately, leaving us way too soon.
Yep, trailblazer. He's an advocate. He was an activist. He definitely changed the minds of a lot of people, opened doors for others as well. And, you know, it's a different sort of thing than Brandon Clarke, since we knew that Jason Collins was sick with brain cancer. He wasn't given a long prognosis. It seemed to play out about as expected, unfortunately. And it's just sad in a different way, for sure. The guy made a lot of headlines for a player that you probably don't remember a lot of what he did on the court, but he was very important to the NBA outside of the four lines.
Yeah, he influenced the way a lot of people think about gay people, the gay community. He mentioned Tim Hardaway, not the young one, the old one, and how Tim Hardaway was like a lot of people who think, I dislike gay people, as Tim Hardaway came out and said, I hate gay people. Then as he was educated and understood what people are people, as simple as that. And Tim Hardaway swung the other direction in that he went to pride parades and was part of that community. So Jason Collins wanted to leave an impact to encourage people to be brave. As he said, when he came out as gay, he just literally wrote about people wanting to be themselves, and he definitely influenced people off the floor. And on the floor, he said he wanted to be remembered as a player who sacrificed for his teammates. I asked Danielle, who went to a lot of Jason Collins games. Saw him in
New
the
Jersey Nets.
Yeah, saw him in the NBA Finals. I said, what do you think of Jason Collins as a player? Oh, he was a great backup. He did all of the little stuff. And so it's exactly that. He sacrificed himself as a basketball player as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is a guy, like, to Trey's point too, Jason Collins averaged like 3.5 points per game, 3.5 rebounds per game. But he was instrumental in helping the Nets reach a couple finals, and then obviously trying to use his big frame and those fouls against Shaq. And, you know, that's not an easy task. But he had, like, his best season was, like, I guess, 04-05 when the stats went up a little bit. But yeah, he was out there to rebound, set picks, obviously man the middle, use those 6 fouls.
He always did stuff.
Loved.
According to Danielle. He always did stuff out there. It's just so sad that he was married last year. I didn't realize that.
Right.
In 2025, he got married to Bronson Green. So very, very sad, the whole thing.
Ziller noted in his newsletter this morning, Collins was maybe the best writer to ever appear in the NBA. I hadn't thought of it that way, but I think Ziller's got a point here. His coming out essay in SI, beautiful, poignant. And then he had a piece on his fight against brain cancer. Extremely powerful piece too. So go seek those out if you can today, and the legacy he does leave. Final note on him, just last week, Jason received the inaugural Bill Walton Global Champion Award at the Green Sports Alliance Summit. He was too ill to attend, so Jaron, his twin brother, accepted it for him, and he told the crowd, I told my brother before I came here, he's the bravest, strongest man I've ever known. So we're sending our best, our thoughts and condolences to Jaron Collins and the Collins family and the entire NBA world. We lost, obviously, some legends there yesterday. Tough day. Shall we spin to basketball?
Yes, indeed.
We had a good game. Victor Wembanyama was back. He played well, guys. Scored 27 points.
All right.
17 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 block shots to lead the Spurs to a 126-97 home win over the Wolves in Game 5 last night. At 22 years old, Wemby became the 3rd youngest player in NBA history to post that stat line in a playoff game. Goes Magic Johnson, who was 20, Luka Doncic, who was 21, and now Wemby at 22, putting up these monster numbers. And the Spurs never trailed in this game after taking the 7-5 lead early in the game, but it got tied. The Wolves fought back, but then the Spurs just went on another massive run here. This was a classic game of runs, and in the end, Spurs led by as many at 30 at one point. So They take Game 5, and I think you got to start with Wemby when you're talking about this one. What a first stint this guy had.
How could you talk about anything else besides Wemby? I saw him called Angry Vic. I saw him called Upset Vic. And I saw Mitch Johnson called him Mature Vic. So he got 3 nicknames because he came out and just absolutely dominated, set the tone from the beginning as if he had been itching to get back on the court since being ejected during Game 4. 16 points in those first 6 minutes, and it was like every basket felt like a better and better highlight. And then maybe some of his best plays came later in the game, like when he's ball faking around Rudy Gobert, spinning the dude around, finding whoever for a bucket underneath, or he finds another pass to the corner, like around Gobert's back when Gobert was oddly enough the help defender on Wemby, was posted up, I think, on Ant there at the bottom, but he just did everything. He completely dominated, and the story of this series has basically been that when Wemby's off the court, these two teams are kind of even. That wasn't the case last night. The Spurs blew them out when Wemby was sitting, but Wemby has been the biggest advantage. Sure. When he's in, the Spurs have been winning. They've been dominating these first quarters against the Timberwolves, and then the Timberwolves are doing a good job of clawing themselves back. We can get into lineup changes later on, but Wemby came in, he said, I'm going to dominate this game. Yeah. And he dominated every single second he was out there.
I'm going to make up for that game 4 ejection is what it felt like he was sending there. The message to his team, to his fans, and then, of course, to the Wolves. He had the offensive tip in early. He hit the corner 3. He set up Champagnie for a 3 in the corner on the fast break. This is the 7'4" dude leading the fast break and finding the guy in the corner. Massive dunk down the lane. I mean, the seas parted for him on that one. It still looks incredible when he has like a wide open dunk attempt. Yeah. It just looks like, because he's so gangly, it just looks bizarre. Then he ISO'd twice on Rudy in the lane. First time he threw a pump fake party on him, hit a little floater. Second time, to take a sort of paraphrase or quote Reggie Miller, may I have this dance, as Reggie loves to say. He put him in the blender on that one. That's when he spun him around, then he hit the little left-hander. And then finally he relocated for another 3 on the wing, and that was 24-11 lead for San Antonio, and then he finally checked out for a little bit. But what a way to start a game in a pivotal Game 5.
Yeah, what made it fun was after the ejection was Wemby performing that way, and the Wolves hitting right back. They were trying to get under his skin again, and no one was ejected, no one was suspended, so just overall a fantastic game. I mean, you could literally go through all of the plays over and over and over. And I mean, you can't even say them twice. I mean, you went through a ton of them, but there's even Stephon Castle's coming to set a pick for him. Wemby, the ball handler with a guard setting a pick and going around Ayo Dosunmu and getting to the rack. It didn't stop that first quarter, but then I loved how the Wolves responded. I mean, Naz Reid literally going right into the chest of Victor Wembanyama to score. And then couldn't hit a thing over him, but he kept fighting, and he put an elbow in his back. It was called for a tech, which shouldn't have been a tech, as Reggie Miller said on the broadcast. Okay, all right, I guess so. I thought, Reggie, good game. I thought overall we'll get to him as a broadcaster, but I just thought as those Wolves kept fighting, like Jaden McDaniels tried to hit over him. He couldn't hit a thing over him, but then he did hit a shot over him. I thought so many guys went right at him, and they responded. But you alluded to the run that the Spurs were able to make as the Wolves got super, super close because of those other guys, those guys that were able to lift up when they needed it in just so many ways. When the Spurs missed 8 shots to end the second quarter, the Wolves, I thought, there's a chance here. Oh, yeah. They could take over this game, but those supporting guys like Champagnie helping block, Gobert when, again, Minnesota's trying to make that run. I mean, then it went to like a Harper big offensive rebound and score, or Carter Bryant causing an 8-second violation. Carter Bryant causing an 8-second violation in the backcourt. So that kind of stuff really propped up Wemby in a fantastic response to an ejection. And this was too good.
Yeah. Minnesota was down 18, and it was looking like, oh, this is going to be an absolute blowout. It was in the end, but it got close after they started that. Yeah, they ended the second quarter okay because the Spurs couldn't hit a shot. Yep. And then they started like a 14-2 run, and it was tied. It was tied 61, and you're going, holy crap, feels like the Spurs have completely outplayed them here, and we have a tie game. But then, boom, Spurs answer with their own run. That was when Wemby was on, but then you said it, Trey. Wemby goes to the bench, and they still continued to build the lead, and then it was sort of like game over from there.
Yeah, people are saying that's the best time out of the playoffs. Mitch Johnson calling that one when the Wolves finally tied it up and then instantly flipped the game after that. I would say Keldon Johnson, to me, was the second guy for the Spurs. A lot of players played very well for San Antonio, but I thought Keldon Johnson's energy was just perfect for this game. Pivotal Game 5, Wemby back on the court. Crowd is hyped, and he matched the energy and lifted the energy. Yep. He blocked a Rudy Gobert dunk. He had a couple of tip dunks, offensive rebounds. He was just kind of everywhere, scoring when they went on that crazy run in the third quarter. He hit a and one over Anthony Edwards in the lane. Incredible scream to the crowd. That's when Chris Finch needed his timeout. So I thought he really helped flip the game and keep the energy as high as the Spurs needed, because Victor had it up. You know, Victor had everybody going crazy. When he goes to the bench, Keldon Johnson steps in, and there was like no fallback at all. And he was great. I mean, it was the best game of this series. This was his best game of the playoffs by far. He's kind of been underwhelming, if we're being quite honest, but not in this one. And I got to say, I do like having Jamal Crawford on the call to talk about the mindset of a sixth man of the year. Because we got Keldon Johnson on one side, we got Naz Reid on the other side. They're kind of like going against each other quite a bit, and they, are bumping into each other. And Jamal is just always explaining it. He's like, these guys, they don't care one bit about playing defense. You have to understand this. All they want to do is touch the ball and score, and they're going to shoot it every time. And that's what you got to do as a sixth man. And when you're playing as well as he was last night, Keldon Johnson, I think Jamal was right on that.
Those guys weren't playing defense, though. I mean, I love Jamal, but Keldon Johnson and Naz Reid were trying to kick ass defensively, too.
Playing more defense than Jamal Crawford ever did.
He's honest about it, though. Yeah. Jamal Crawford, he will see guys playing defense on the court, and he's like, when guys start playing that hard, that's when I go back to the bench.
My favorite part in talking about
do that.
Favorite part talking about him being a six man or guys being six man. He said something like, "Oh, the best thing was when you came in, your team was trailing. You could just fire away and gun away."
He gets it, man.
I love thinking Joel Crawford was always just sitting over there on the bench going, "Man, I hope we get down 10, 11 early because I'm coming in to get buckets." But he's truthful.
Yeah, in every way. I mean, it was. Also, Reggie Miller saying that Wemby looked like Jamal Crawford with that spin and finish. It didn't, but still, he's fun.
Can I say, as much as we're applauding the two on the call, I'm getting a little tired of anytime there's a 3-point made or a kick of something or whatever, it's always a comparison to Reggie. And then anytime there's a cool dribble move, a dribble package, Reggie compares it to Jamal Crawford. I think we got it.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to do it every single time.
Not every single time. God. But still, the spin, we had to admire it.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah. I think Reggie Miller calling out the Minnesota Timberwolves twice in that second quarter when they were just coming up the floor and chucking and not moving the ball. And twice. And this wasn't, let's think about it and talk about it on the Dan Patrick show the next day. This was in the moment, calling it out. So we got to give Reggie some love. Because quite often we say, what the heck? Come on, Reggie. But he's gotten way better. And
he was right in those instances. What are they doing here? They are just coming down and gunning up threes.
Yeah.
Run something.
He literally said, what are we doing here? And Tariqo's like, what do you mean?
He was on point. He was on point with Rudy. He said Rudy hasn't given him anything in the second quarter. I mean, they called him up real early. But Keldon Johnson, we all comment on Keldon Johnson's size, how big he is.
Big body Keldon Johnson.
This is the most he's ever used that huge body in a game, and just taking everybody into the hoop. That Anthony Edwards bucket, he literally put Anthony Edwards in the hoop. Yeah. He went right at Naz Reid, the guy that he is matching on the other side as the sixth man, blocking Rudy. Yeah, this was big Keldon Johnson playing very, very well. Where you think he would play looking at that bod, seeing that bod up close when we went to Austin. He's just a massive bod that operated.
Bod,
I know. As you cringed, I needed to say that fantastic word one more time.
I mean, that was the whole Spurs MO in Game 5, which you got to give him credit to. It's like, we are putting you in the basket. Like, how many points did they score? How many shots did they take in the paint last night? It's like something like 50 attempts in the paint, a ton more points actually in the paint. Like, that is like that's a mindset, to go back to Jamal Crawford. Like, that is like, we are attacking everybody with abandon. So yeah, I'm with you. I think Keldon Johnson would be the second star for the Spurs. But then let's get to the trio of guards that the Spurs have in. Stephon Castle was awesome in this game. I mean, it was a damn near perfect game from him. Dylan Harper at times, I mean, going for the double-double off the bench. He's attacking. And then Fox, I mean, he was missing bunnies inside, but still got some scoring support there. So these three guards, I mean, come on, man. I keep saying this every time we talk about a Spurs win. It's like the embarrassment of riches. This is
between the three of them, 47 points, 13 assists, 7 turnovers. They shot better than 50% from the field, and that's with Fox missing probably 3 layups that were, some tough shots, but definitely makeable. Stephon Castle had 2 dunks in the half court. The Timberwolves cannot stay in front of any of these 3 guys, and that's a problem. So it turns into 68 points in the paint, and that's, if the short guys are scoring inside, you're going to give up baskets to the big guy.
Yeah.
Where's the advantage for Minnesota? There wasn't one last night, and they don't seem to have an answer for any of these young athletic guys, because Ant's hobbled. Io's dealing with a heel injury as well. Mike Conley's too old. Terrence Shannon Jr. doesn't pay enough attention. We're running out of players.
Well, yeah, it should be Julius Randle here.
Well, he's not a defender,
support.
though. I mean, Randle played brutal.
He's been
Randle
brutal
was bad.
all series. He's shooting 37%. I'm rounding up.
37%. 8 assists to 18 turnovers for Randle. 8 assists to 18 turnovers. Gobert was brutal last night as well. And you're just seeing the lack of shooting from the Timberwolves. They have a 34% three-point rate in this series against the Spurs. They were 42nd. Or they had a 42% three-point rate during the regular season. So they're taking way fewer threes. They're third last in all the playoffs. The only teams they're ahead of are the Raptors and the Pistons, two teams that are absolutely starved for shooting. Ant's not right. He's only taken 5 per game.
Right.
He takes 8 to 10 during the regular season. No Dante DiVincenzo. He's an 8 per game shooter as well. McDaniels and Randle right now are a combined 10 for 39. They're passing up the majority of looks they get, which then means you just get to pack the paint. It means Randle's driving into a bunch of guys, turning the ball over, trying to hit fadeaways over the top, and it's just not working. So, I don't know. They're going to have to think about either moving Randle or Gobert to the bench for Naz Reid. Just get a little more offense on the floor.
Yeah, because Ant's not getting up as many three-pointers, too, because they are just doubling him a lot of times as well. Just get the ball out of his hands. Force the ball out of his hands. And then they're so athletic, these Spurs guards, and everybody can then get back to their original assignments. But I think it was 20 double teams on Ant in Game 5 last night. Yeah, and the problem is, you hate to see it. And maybe it's because he's fatigued and the knees and all that. But it's like mission accomplished as soon as he gives up the ball. It's like it rarely comes back to him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they have an advantage. I get that. They should be playing with numbers, but nobody's stepping up here. So I mean, it probably should be Naz Reid more, because Randle, he should be the guy that should alleviate some of this pressure that they're putting on Ant. But he's making boneheaded mistakes. He can't shoot. I have no faith in him right now at all.
When Randle's bad, he's really bad, and it feels like he has a hard time getting himself out of a downward spiral, because he's such an emotional player that when it's going poorly, it tends to get worse and worse. And honestly, I don't think Ant's been very good. This is kind of disappointing to me. He is dealing with an injury. We're hearing his percentage of health all the time, 60, 70, 75, but this looks the exact same as it did in the conference finals against Dallas in 2024, against OKC in 2025. We're just going to keep doubling Anthony Edwards, and he's going to get frustrated. Mm-hmm. And like you're saying, the ball doesn't come back to him, but he doesn't try and get it either.
No, I know. That's what I mean.
He gets off the ball often too late and then just waits around. Doesn't do anything. Zero growth in that part of his game. 13 assists so far in this series, 16 turnovers. He's a scorer, and he's not scoring a lot. So what else is he bringing?
Yeah, he needed somebody to bail him out. And that's why they got Dante DiVincenzo to just one pass and shoot. So they do miss that. Jaden McDaniels needs to be better. I think, as Anthony Edwards always says, he's our X factor, and Jaden McDaniels can get into the mid-range and shoot more, as we saw him finish out the last series.
He keeps getting into foul trouble all these games, too.
As a guy who's kind of labeled as Kawhi, who's not really demonstrative when he speaks in post-game interviews, he's also an emotional player, and you can see it. You see it in his eyes, and he gets a little sad.
He looks so sad after he picks
Julius
up
Randle.
a second or third dumb foul. He looks like the sad. I mean, he's frustrated last night. He's chucking a towel on the bench because he knows he has to be out there. You're right.
At his equipment manager, it feels like right back at his equipment manager. It feels like
Robert Horry.
But the other guys on the other side are not emotional, led by Wemby. Post elbow. He's locked into that. You can see Stephon Castle as, who was it? Mr. TJ, I can't even say, Terrence Shannon Jr. was able to just flop a little bit and got a call against Stephon Castle. Stephon Castle stayed locked in. That 6-0 run in the third quarter when the Wolves were alive was all him. Mm-hmm. He scored 3 straight buckets, and so he's pretty locked in. He could have been emotional. He could have been pretty upset. He ended up turning the ball over 4 times. Were they all his? Didn't really feel that way. But all those guys came through. You guys mentioned all the guards. Very, very key.
Jamal Crawford did put it well on the Game 5 broadcast. He summed it up, I thought. He was like, the Spurs are getting what they want, anything they want, and the Wolves are getting what they can, what they could because of the Spurs defense. That was watching that one, that's what it felt like. Spurs running their things, getting the shots they want, their looks, but it's like obviously taking the Wolves out on the other end. And it starts with Ant. And I'm with you, TK. That idea, they throw the double at him, He gives it up. So then either somebody's got to make a play or Ant, you got to go back and get it. And it has to happen quicker. And, Finch, this is on Finch too to get him involved there. But I don't know. I don't know what percentage he's at. He was pumped that there's 2 days off here.
Yeah, he was.
This guy was absolutely like, oh, yes, we don't play till Friday. I get 2 days to rest here. And this is a resilient bunch. I mean, I know most people are saying, and myself included on yesterday's show, it's like, man, I think whoever wins game 5 is probably going to win this series. It is pretty pivotal. But this team does, like, for whatever reason, when their backs are against the wall and Ant can come through, like, could they force a game 7? Absolutely. Absolutely. And then sort of anything can happen. Maybe one team goes ice cold from 3. Maybe the others are dropping. So they got to get there first. But a lot of people are feeling that the Spurs have won this series and are already maybe looking ahead to Spurs Thunder.
Hey, 2024, the Nuggets completely smacked the Timberwolves in game 5. Jokic, I think, was like 40 and 14 in that game. Blowout win for Minnesota in game 6. Came back from 20 down in Denver for game 7. So it's not over for this Wolves team, but they just play better is maybe the number one adjustment for every member of their front court right now. Like, Randle needs to be better. McDaniels can't foul the way he has. Stephon Castle's fouling a ton too, but he's still having an impact. It's taken McDaniels out of the game, and then Gobert just needs to not be bad. I'm not anticipating him having big scoring games against Wemby, but he can't be having the ball go off his body every time he touches the ball. So I don't know. I don't know. Should Naz Reid start? I would think he would make more sense next to Randle. I think Naz Reid feels the most comfortable attacking Wemby of anybody on the Spurs or on the Timberwolves is kind of what it feels like. But if you bench Randle, I don't know how well that goes.
Yeah, that would be the problem. And the other option is going back to Mike Conley over Ayo Dosunmu. Just because Ayo does get beat defensively, is Conley going to get beat defensively? Yeah. But just to have Ayo as that next guy off the bench type of thing, because Ayo does get beat defensively again. But is there an answer? I don't know. I mean, the effort at going against Wemby it's true. Nas was awesome at it. Even Jaden McDaniels kept going at him. Even though he couldn't hit over him, he kept coming. So the effort is there against Wemby. But just somebody needs to just bail Edwards out. Simple as that, really.
Let's get into some random notes here from Game 5.
Random!
Trey, I saw you shared this one random moment, fun moment, maybe we can even call it. Ayo and I guess Ant trying to rattle Wemby at one point. They were kept hitting him, putting his arm on, and Wemby's like, get off me type of thing. It was pretty funny. Kept going.
Yeah, it looked like a kid talking to his dad.
Yeah.
Ayo smiling and giggling up at Wemby. It didn't look bad-natured at all. It's we're playing basketball against each other, Dad. Mm-hmm. I'm going to beat you.
I like when
he's like, no, you're not, little guy.
Ant came in, though, too, and gave him a little
don't rile him up.
Yeah.
Ant knows. Yeah. Ant's like, this is what it's like to me. You don't trash talk me in the first quarter. We're not going to trash talk Wemby. He has a ton of respect for that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. I added to my instigator team draft lead last night. Rudy Gobert got a flagrant 1 foul. So I'm up to 4 total points because now everybody on my team that I've drafted has come through with at least 1 point. Schroeder has 2 techs. Jaylen Brown got a tech in his first round series. And now Gobert with the flagrant 1. So I take a 2-point lead over you in second place. Thanks, Rudy. You knew he'd come through at one point.
Nice to see him contributing somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was early in the game too.
Yeah.
Felt kind of gross. I don't want to see video reviews that early in a game.
I do think the officials were trying to set the tone.
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
calls early in this game, and all right, guys, maybe there was a loose whistle last game, and maybe that led to some frustration in the Wemby ejection. We're not having that here tonight.
Nah.
So there was a lot of calls on both sides there for a stretch.
But that dumb one with Naz Reid pushing Wemby in the back after a free throw. Come on.
It's like, what'd I do? And they're like, you elbowed him right in the back. He's like, all right.
Yeah. But then there was another play where Naz did get a pretty good shot in on Wemby, and it wasn't called or even really caught, but the slow-mo caught him. He threw a pretty good little bow to the back of him, if I remember correctly, obviously in the paint.
Wemby took some blows very well. Mm-hmm. Lots of smiles afterwards. Yeah, this is fun. So it was a great battle.
It's like hiring a celebrity impersonator. You're allowed to hit.
Nice. Great. Maybe you were inspired there by the random notes intro. And my final random note, we had our sort of first wedgie of the postseason. Can we count it? Keldon Johnson giving Naz Reid a wedgie, like actual wedgie, reaching into his shorts there and maybe pulling the underwear. I think we count it because we haven't had a real wedgie where the ball sticks between the rim and the backboard. But yeah, pretty funny moment.
Very funny.
Yeah. So we saw a lot of
grabbing.
jersey shorts grabbing last night.
Yeah. Jamal Crawford just said, Reg, what's going on here? It's hard to figure out how your hand ends up inside of another guy's shorts when you're playing defense.
Incredible.
You used to do that, right, Reg? Like Reggie had knowledge. Like, what's going on here,
What's going on here?
Anything else?
I will say our friend who was part of our show in Austin, Jacob Toby, the Spurs play-by-play guy, he sang the national anthem last
That's
night.
right.
Yeah.
It's the second time I think he's done it in the postseason.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think so. Because and the only reason I know that I saw a clip where he was saying, this time I want everybody to sing with me, is what he was saying. They had a cool, the Spurs fans had a cool, what do you call it, tifo? Giant. I mean, I think they've done it before too. Like, you see at soccer matches, like the big banners.
Oh, yeah.
They had another one of those last night. I always wondered, man, somebody's making that.
Somebody's making that.
I always
great commission,
these things are
probably.
goddamn huge, man. I mean, you've seen them at soccer matches, football matches. Now to have them in NBA arenas, it's a lot of work. Props to the Jackals or whoever's.
Definitely. I mean, props to Wemby. He's literally like, we need a soccer-like atmosphere here. And they got it.
I thought you were going to say props to Wemby because he made it. Maybe he made it. He's like, I got the tifo. I'll do it.
He's the only guy that big who could handle it.
They don't put it on the ground. He just like reaches at the top,
fine.
paints it at the top. Anyway. But yeah, that is cool that he's saying. He's got a great voice.
He's got a great voice. There's no doubt. Yeah, the Spurs fans, they do a lot of good stuff. They actually pulled out the wave earlier this playoffs. People hate the wave at a basketball game. I think it's acceptable during a video review. That's the only time fans should be able to use the wave. It's boring otherwise, but a video review is super boring. Yeah, so that's acceptable.
That's when
otherwise, what are you going to do?
That's when we'll allow it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about, this was a while ago now, but I went to the baseball game, Braves game. It was a rainy game, and it was delayed like an hour. Anyway, people were trying to do the wave, and I'm thinking, man, I don't want to do the wave while it's raining. That crossed my mind. I don't really want to do the wave at all, but definitely not when it's raining. But maybe they're just trying to get the joy back going. Everybody's sort of sitting there.
So it was raining on you.
Yeah, sitting in the rain.
So why wouldn't you want to do it?
Because I'm going to get up. I mean, I've already established my ass cheeks to the seat. That was already wet. I guess you could say you're already wet. Who cares? And if you're in a wave, aren't you going to get wet?
Yeah, that's the main point.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But you do want to keep that seat dry.
I'll say
stay planted.
I'll say this: it lasted one section.
Yeah,
it started in the section where the guy got it going, and then it just petered out right away. So
classic wave.
Yeah, but that's always then on the guy or the person trying to start the wave.
Yeah.
You got to really commit, and it's going to take you 6, 7, 8, 9 times to get it going, because the rest of the stadium, the rest of the arena needs to see it. Wow, that's a lot of wave.
It's like a turnover is on the passer.
You guys
it's the instigator who starts it, makes it happen.
All right, in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I have to get up. No,
JD.
All right. Made it all the way around. That's exciting.
Yeah, got around.
Wow. Yeah. And the culmination was a classic wave, just like, meh.
Yeah. Stopped at one.
I didn't even keep it going.
They always stop.
I thought he stopped it. It took too long. Anything else from Game 5?
Yeah, I got too many.
Sure.
I liked Mike Conley and De'Aaron Fox busted out dueling rondos.
Yes.
They showed him in back-to-back packs. I like that. Also, Dylan Harper had a Manu Ginobili dunk that looked identical to a Manu Ginobili dunk against the Miami Heat in the finals, where he double behind the back at half court. He hits like a hezzy, maybe about the free throw line, and just glides in and barely got it over with his left hand. Very cool. Another great game from this guy. He's 20 years old.
Yeah, I know.
Literally, the Spurs are the reason we have tanking rules. They'll tell you it's because of the Jazz and the Wizards, but it's because the Spurs got 3 straight top 4 picks and instantly look like a dynasty.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Back to back Jacks.
We can't have that happen anymore.
3 great.
They didn't show Ginobili after that dunk, though, did they? I know we saw him in the broadcast.
Yeah, he was there.
We saw the legends.
Yeah, I love how they show the legends. Yeah, he was with his son. They do a great job of showing legends who are in different parts. Like Tim wants to sit over here. Manu wants to sit over here. Sean Elliott's good over here. They showed Popovich in a suite.
David Robinson, of course.
Though
they did not give credit to Antonio Daniels.
Yeah, they didn't say anything
note
about
that.
Antonio Daniels.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
He was like one seat. They had the classic. I mean, these are big guys. I get it, but they had a buffer seat between them.
Yeah.
David Robinson and Antonio Daniels. They weren't side
Buffer
by
seat.
side.
Great guy. Great guy. Yeah. I wanted to hear more about, did you guys see the shot of, not during the game, but Greg Popovich meeting Wemby at the airport and talking?
yes.
So yeah, I want a little more of that. I want to see what Reggie has to say. Like when Jamal Crawford says, "Hey Reggie, why guys have people with their hands down people's shorts?" Like I just want Reggie's take on Pop meeting Wemby. I just want some more of that. But either way, a lot of legends there.
Yeah, neither of them would say what they talked about, huh?
No.
But you can definitely see Pop going like, "You don't have that elbow, man. You can shake him off."
Yeah, like in that one clip of Pop literally looking like he's talking about swinging his elbow. That's good stuff.
Pop drives a Tesla. That was a shocker to me.
Oh, I didn't see that. That is
I think he has
surprising.
one of those stickers that says anti-Elon Tesla Club on it, though. So you know he's a good guy.
I bought this
you
before
see a
Elon.
person with a Tesla, you're like, oh,
Oh yeah. There's a lot of those stickers here in Atlanta, man. I'll tell you
yeah,
that.
there. Hey, I bought it when he was an environmentalist. Okay.
I'm behind a lot of those cars here in Atlanta, for sure. What else you got in your notes?
Yeah, Anthony Edwards, he maybe has been doing this for his entire career, but I just started noticing it every time he takes a free throw.
Man, we got the same brain, man.
That's right.
I was like, has he been doing it his entire
He has to
career?
have. I don't know.
I don't know. We gotta go
I feel
check.
like I would have noticed at some
know,
point. But
that's what I thought.
Looks like he's chapped.
Yeah, he does it every single time now.
Yeah, every single time. I also like that if you watch a Spurs game, you're guaranteed to see a cowboy hat in the crowd. Different person every time, but there's gonna be a big old cowboy hat from somebody sitting courtside.
You're not wrong.
And a couple more. Kelly Olynyk got into the game, hit a 3-pointer. Talking socks. You know a sock check yet?
I thought these were worse than the ankleless
You didn't
socks.
like the black fold downs?
Yeah, they look terrible.
They also looked bad. It's like it's gonna be a taller
struggles with
sock,
socks.
but still a shorter one. Apparently, he called out Mike Tirico's like, "Why are you talking bad about my socks? I didn't think I was gonna play." So now he's got to be all worried about his socks every time he goes to a game because he might play. It could happen.
And if he plays, the first thing that's going to be mentioned
we're looking-
are his socks. And we're going to be
those
zooming
socks.
in on those socks.
He's got the most scrutinized socks in NBA history, I would have to think. And my final thing, I don't watch Chicago Med, Fire, or PD.
Yeah.
But if I did, this crossover event looks legit.
Okay.
I'm like, what's happening
What
here?
is happening?
It looks awesome. So a doctor with a gun?
I know.
What's he
I know
doing?
exactly what you're talking
Right,
about. I was
yeah.
just as confused.
Yeah, in the hospital room. He's got a gun in the hospital room.
I don't want to
Even-
do this.
But they're three separate shows.
Yeah.
But they're all in the same universe, right? I
Well,
guess.
city, it sounds
Well,
like.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But they're all
They're all related.
They cross
I
over
think
a
they
lot.
have probably crossed over
I think
in the
so.
past.
Yeah.
But this one looks crazy.
Yeah, let's do a watch. Let's jump on stream and watch it together.
Let's see what they do.
Yeah. All right, great notes.
Yeah, those are some notes for
Anything
you.
else?
No.
All right, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna hit the beach and read a few of your questions.
This show is brought to you by FanDuel. I couldn't decide if Cade Cunningham is going to score over 25 tonight in game number 5 or over 30. Because he hasn't done 30 yet in this series. He did it 4 out of 7 times in series number 1. But here we are. A season is on the line. Now, it kind of speaks to what his team is doing for him. Because if his team is doing enough for him, he doesn't have to get to 30. See Wemby last night. Or earlier in this series when Cade was going off in games 1, games 2 in the fourth quarter. It was enough.
Right.
He didn't need to do it in the first 3 quarters. So I think 30 plus for me.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're gonna go with it.
He's got to do it once because he's that good.
Oh yeah.
New customers can bet $5 and get 150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. That's right. Turn $5 into 150 in bonus bets just for getting started. It's everything you need all in one app, so don't miss your shot. Head to the FanDuel Sportsbook app to get started. FanDuel, play your game.
All right, if you're joining us on YouTube, do us a solid. Hit the like button and subscribe. Podcast listeners, 5-star ratings and reviews. And don't forget to leave your comments over on Spotify. All right, let's hit the beach.
You got the buzz, I got the rockets. You got the nuts, I got the chocolates. We got that chit chat down pat, blah blah blah. You got that certain special, je ne sais quoi. Let's go to the beach.
right, a couple questions here from the people in the No Dunks universe. Thanks for emailing these in. NoDunksInc@gmail.com. You leave them in the YouTube comments. You can tweet them in, Instagram, all that good stuff. Got 3 here for you guys. First one, dearest Dinky Dudes. I was at a game in April and watched Zion Williamson in person for the first time. He had 15 points and 1 rebound. Really? You couldn't even tell that he was ever on the court. Man, Zion needs to get out of New Orleans just to see if maybe that could spark a change. Who are other players that have been disappointed that you'd like to see in a new environment? Players that have been disappointing. I've been a fan and advocate of your show since your first episode on NBA TV. Love you guys. Awesome. That's from Will in Portland, Oregon. So yeah, he brought up Zion. Hey, maybe let's just see what happens in a different environment. Fun question. Any other players come to mind?
Well, I had to go check that stat line. 1 rebound doesn't sound right, even for Zion, who doesn't rebound all the time. But yeah, he's correct.
Wow.
April, 15
That
boards
is
and
crazy.
1 rebound. Yeah, it is crazy. We've been talking a long time about Zion. Is it Zion needing a new environment, or just more so the New Orleans Pelicans just moving on from the Zion era? And so it's understandable. Some guys that need a new environment, Grady Dick of the Toronto Raptors. I know I'm going way down the roster here, but it's going to happen. Most likely financially is not quite the Jared McCain sort of scenario in Philadelphia, but at the same time, it's similar in that they need to save money. And also Grady Dick just needs to be coming off the bench more regularly. He hasn't had that. He hasn't got into that flow yet. I know you've never had faith in him, Skeets, as a Toronto Raptor backer, but I have a little more faith if he gets a regular rotation, regular minutes somewhere. The Grady Dick can be better.
Yeah, I mean, I hope he is. I like no ill will towards him, but you know, when you're told you're a shooter, you got to be able to shoot, and that is a problem. And like wherever he ends up, and I do believe because of his size and obviously the skill he saw and flashed in college, and even at times in the pro game, it's going to be important though this next deal, wherever he lands here, right, to establish some sort of roots in the NBA, to be a longtime player.
He's playing for the money. He's playing for a contract.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But that's a good one. Of course, not on the level of a Zion and maybe some other guys here, but yeah, he'll be somewhere else. Any other names?
Oh, I definitely don't have anybody as good as Zion, but who wants Patrick Williams? Anybody want him? 7-2 any night?
7-2.
Yeah,
baby.
he could give you 7 any night.
Would you rather
Tess.
have Patrick Williams or Grady Dick?
Grady Dick?
Wow.
As long as you're telling me they're not going to pay him. Patrick Williams has 3 years left on his contract.
Yeah, you're taking into
At 18
consideration
million,
contract
yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
I would cut Grady Dick in a second. You can't cut Patrick Williams' contract, unfortunately. But yeah, any of the 29 teams could come and get this guy.
Okay.
I think you can cut his contract.
You want 18 million of dead money on the cap? That's not good.
that's
I mean, the
not
Bulls
good.
are very low in the
Yeah.
salary cap rankings.
How
but
many years does he have left on that?
3 years.
Holy.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
4
yeah,
year
yeah.
before last year. Right?
Yeah, so he's gettable, you know?
He's gettable.
Still young. He's young.
Yeah, right. How
He had a
old is he?
20-point game. How old is Patrick Williams? How old do you think he is?
Oh God.
He looks like he's 88
Yeah,
years
he
old.
looks way older.
He's in the 26,
26,
27.
yeah.
24.
Wow.
Yeah.
God.
Is it that short?
Came in young.
Wow.
He was maybe the youngest draft prospect of his year.
Yeah,
he was definitely
he looked 3 or
in the
4
mix.
years older.
Yeah. So he's a guy, you know. He is disappointed. Number 4 pick for the Bulls once upon a time. How about Zachary Ricochet? I would like to see him perform well in Atlanta. He's unfortunately got a bit of Patrick Williams in him, in that you don't know that he's out there.
Disappearing act.
Zero motor.
Yeah.
Don't know what he's good at. They tell you he's a shooter, but rarely shoots.
Yeah. And now
Doesn't rebound.
Yeah. And now with the Jonathan Kuminga scenario, that's a guy who can take his minutes here in Atlanta if Jonathan Kuminga sticks around, which I imagine he will. It's a team option for next year. So, yeah, that's an interesting one. What is Anssi Saleh going to do? There's a lot of wings.
A lot of wings.
I'll give you a superstar who I wouldn't mind just seeing in a different environment. Joel Embiid. I think, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
In Chicago Med? What, I mean, where else could he be? Like, what kind of environment do you want Joel Embiid to be?
I don't want him in Philadelphia. Is what I don't want him.
Yeah, just a
I mean, it's run its course. I mean, it'd be good for both parties, I think. Now, it'd be difficult to obviously get him out of Philadelphia because of his contract. By the way, we'll talk about Daryl Morey being fired as GM of the Sixers. We'll save that for tomorrow here and do a deep dive on that and whether that decision makes sense or not. Nick Nurse is going to stay, all that. But anyway, Joel Embiid, he's been there a long time.
Who's got the best training staff? It used to be the Suns.
Yeah.
It used to be like, ship them to the Suns. They'll get him healthy.
Who does
I don't know
have
who that is
Yeah,
anymore.
Who gets that? I don't know. But go there.
Wherever that is, go there.
Yeah.
Or try and get the trade.
Can't be the Lakers. I thought it might be the Lakers but no, it's not. Luka got hurt. It's not as exactly a similar boat, but I would like to see Paolo Banchero if things don't work out this season.
Wow.
I mean, he needs a little switch up. But they're not moving any of their big guys in Banchero, Franz Wagner, Bane this season. Their new coach is going to
get a chance.
Yeah, it's going to get a
work.
chance.
Yep.
Yeah, because Banchero's too good. But he might need a little switch up at some point.
Anyone else?
I still think Bilal Coulibaly might have something.
Okay.
I don't know if it's true, but I remember those like 4 good games he had at the beginning of last season. People were calling him the Parisian Pippin. I don't know if I can quite
Parisian
get there.
Wow.
But, the Wizards just got the #1 draft pick. It would not be surprising if they take AJ Debinsa, who is a wing.
Yeah.
Keyshawn George has definitely
He's solid.
gone past Bilal Coulibaly. Yeah. He could relocate somewhere else, and maybe he's okay. Who knows? He's a good athlete. He's an okay defender.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's a French thing, but I also feel the same way about Zachary Sachet. There's hope. I don't know if it's with Atlanta, though.
Right.
That is an odd scenario.
All right, next one here. Hey, gang, longtime listener of No Buffs and have now begun listening to No Dunks, and I'm loving it just as much. I got to say, this email blew my mind. It's just funny to think there are people listening to our Survivor podcast and then coming over to our NBA one. I love it. We love it. Good. Thanks for the hard work you put into both podcasts and the laughs. Truly appreciated. This video about all the microphones on an NBA court came across my timeline, and it blew my mind. It's so interesting that as soon as it was done, I thought, the No Dunks crew needs to see this. I think super producer JD in particular may find it interesting. And then we have a question off this, but did you guys check out this video?
Yeah, it's good.
It was awesome.
It was really awesome.
JD, did you watch this video of like where they place microphones and how they do sound on a broadcast?
Yeah. I watched the whole thing. It was, quite interesting. The top of it, you got to get through the top of it when he's naming all the make and model of all the mics.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, all right. You don't need all this gear stuff. But where this mics were and then the mix and stuff, very interesting. And also, it confirmed what I was wondering, which is, do they still mix in 5.1? And they do.
They do?
They do.
Right. That's right. Anyway, we should probably link to this in the show notes.
Yeah.
It's a great video. It is really fun, informative for sure. The question, though, which player on the remaining playoff teams do you think would give the best confessionals if they were on Survivor? My guess is Anthony Edwards, and that is from Vinny. So, yeah, a little crossover here. Penultimate episode of Survivor tonight. We'll have
Conference
no buffs
finals.
tomorrow. That's right. We'll have no buffs tomorrow. So join us there at 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow to break down the episode. But yeah, what do you think here? I'll start with you here, Trey. Of the remaining playoff teams, who do you think would give the best confessionals if they were on Survivor?
Look, Vinny has a great choice. Anthony Edwards would obviously be hilarious to see on Survivor. He would be great in the confessionals. I got 2 answers. One player, one not a player. The player I would like to see is Jared Allen. He's very funny. We know he's comfortable having his feet be completely unwashed, so that would
Right.
not be a problem being out there for 26 days. And he just seems like a unique guy.
Yep.
I actually feel like he would have a bit of a Christian Hubicki-like personality if he was doing confessionals on Survivor.
The Christian Kubicki is the geeky guy.
Yeah,
like a-
from
Yes.
this year. Yeah, he's
Yes,
wearing
yes.
the robot shirt.
Yeah.
Got
'Cause-
voted out by Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, because Jared Allen's first check that he received as an NBA player used it to build a computer, right?
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can
Like
see
a
the Christian
coder.
connection. Yeah,
He
yeah.
started a book club on the Cavs, and nobody wanted to join his book club. Just the
Like
coaches.
Hubicki, Jared Allen seems very comfortable with who he is as a person.
Yeah.
And maybe in a world that he stands out, right? Or is unique or
Sure.
different. And that's what you want in these confessionals or in Survivor players. So yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, so he was actually the second person I thought of. First person I thought of was Knicks coach Mike Brown.
Mike Brown.
I feel like once a year, he's really funny in a coach's post-game press conference. He gave that awesome one when he was with the Kings, and he was like, look at his laptop out, doing crazy things with his feet. I love an oddly posed confessional, and that kind of like looked like a confessional to me, the way he was lounging back somehow on a desk chair. So give me Mike Brown. He's a funny guy.
Mike Brown gives me Rick Devens energy too, right? Sort of chaotic. I'm just out here to have a blast sort of energy. So good one. Okay. Anyone else to add?
Well, you guys watch the show.
Oh, okay. Well, JD, you got anyone?
Wemby.
Yeah, that's the obvious answer.
He's, the Shaolin monk out there, shave his head. Like, he'd be great. And just, he's a smart guy. He would join.
He gives very thoughtful answers.
Exactly.
So why wouldn't he be incredible in confessionals? I'd add to that too, because I do like how when he's asked questions and how he answers, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander he actually answers questions. So I think he'd be good in confessionals. Sure. In terms of like breaking down strategy and what he's thinking and stuff like that. I also had Wemby too.
It's the small market teams. These guys actually take the time and think about it. There's something about that. Sure. They don't just have it ready for the press. Although guys like Karl-Anthony Towns have gotten better. Anyway, I don't really have. I was just leaning on you guys, but you guys did a great job.
I guess Wemby
really did a great job.
Of course, Wemby, if he played Survivor, would be the tallest Survivor player ever. Who currently holds it? Is it Cliff Robinson or Scott Pollard, or am I missing somebody? Has to be one of them.
I
want
think
to say
Scott Pollard
Pollard
is taller in my head, but I don't know if he is.
Then Cliff Robinson. Yeah. Rest in peace to the late great Cliff Robinson.
Have there ever been a book club within the Survivor contestants? I
don't know.
Tough one to answer.
I mean, probably, but I mean, half of them write books.
Yeah.
So Rob Sesternino has a new book. Yeah. Shouts to Rob. Okay. All right. Great question. Final one. Hello, no Dunkaroos. All right. This is weird. I was scrolling on Facebook when I saw J.E. Skeet's account and that he had my professor in college as a friend on Facebook. This baffled me because I live in the Philippines. How in the world is my Filipino literature professor friends with my favorite podcast host? So my question is, who are two very different people in your life that somehow know each other? Love you guys. Keep potting in the free world and doot-doot-a-loot-doot.
Do.
Thank you. Jesus. Come on, guys. That's from Franz. So thanks for the question there. I mean, I'm guessing I don't really truly know said person here that I follow on Facebook. Maybe I do. I don't know.
Maybe you do.
You know what I mean? There was a phase there in the Facebook phase where it's like friends with everybody. Also, we're trying to build the show and all that. So, but hey, that's fun to Franz that his professor and me are friends on Facebook. That's great. But who are two very different people in your life that somehow know each other?
I cheated here. I know a city councilor who knows Pastor Troy, rapper Pastor Troy. Okay. So I feel like I know both of them. I watched Pastor Troy at a Hawks game perform recently. Okay. It was up in the stands, how they do those performances just mid-quarter, like just a little break, just one song, bang. Pastor Troy will give it to you. Yeah. And so I feel like I know both of them.
Does Pastor Troy want to be a baller?
Yeah,
right?
I think so. I could be wrong.
20-inch rims on the Impala.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he is. Good one.
Yeah, that's him.
Pastor Troy. Wonder where he went to seminary.
That's why this was a funny question because you're cheating a bit because you don't technically.
I don't know Pastor Troy, but I do know he wants to be a baller.
Yes. What do you got, TK?
One of my good friends here, Jen, went to prom with Sharif Abdur-Rahim.
Okay.
Huh.
Not bad, huh?
Yeah.
He's a local guy.
And you sort of know him.
I mean, you've met Sharif Abdur-Rahim.
We had him on a broadcast, G League broadcast. Yeah. Okay. JD, do you have a weird connection?
I heard of JD.
Who else?
This is the ultimate cool story.
Yeah, totally. This is a very cool story, bro. But the captain of our pickleball team, right?
Yep.
We went over to their house, and they have a beautiful house.
Okay.
Right. I walk in, I'm like, wow, this place is gorgeous. And the guy, Chip, goes, oh, yeah, this is all thanks to insurance because a tree fell on our house.
Oh, wow.
Right? So it's like complete, like total devastation. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy because that happened to another friend of ours, the Tippings.
Yeah.
Their house got completely caved in, complete renovation paid for by insurance.
Right.
Around the same time. And they're like, they know each other, but they know each other just because they're sort of in the same realm, like we're in the same area.
Right.
Say kids are the same age kind of thing. But it's just like wild. First of all, that they knew, like, they're friends of friends. So I know both of them, friends with both of them. But they met each other because they had, I don't know if it was like they were like exploring insurance for the same exact disaster in their house.
Oh, so you're saying they happened at the same time?
Like during the pandemic, both of them. I don't know if it was the same storm. It could have been. But it does happen a lot around here. But weird coincidence.
Did you say the captain of your pickleball team is named Chip?
Yes.
Should be Dink.
I know.
Has he ever heard
Change
that?
his name.
He's not a golfer. Come on.
Yeah, he does golf, but his wife is actually the captain. They're sort of co-captains.
Oh, okay.
Adrian.
Okay. Adrian.
Yeah.
All right, good one. I struggle with this, to try and legitimately answer like two very different people in my life that somehow know each other because I know them, but they know each other and maybe not because of me. Anyway, I just thought two guys with the same name that know each other that just always brings me joy and they like each other is Matt Bonner and Matt Austin.
Yeah.
I like that combo. I've liked any time I've been around the two of them together. So I'll go with that as my answer.
That's good.
Yeah.
They have a similar look as well.
A little bit. Yeah. It's like, obviously Matt Austin. It's like you took, just like pumped him up and made Matt Bonner. Like an air pump.
Just like that. I didn't know you could do that with people.
I guess sort of like the way you answered it too, Tess. I don't know the one side of this group, but Mo Verney and every cast member of SkyMed,
Right.
they know each other, and that brings me great joy.
4 seasons.
That's for us.
Yeah.
Season 4 on Paramount Plus.
That's right.
If you watch SkyMed, let us know.
If you watch SkyMed, let us know. If you know what SkyMed is, let us know.
We'll pass that on to Mo Verney.
Yes,
who we are close personal friends with.
Season 4 starts on May 21st on Paramount Plus. It's a show about basically nurses and pilots in northern Manitoba. Mm-hmm. So
you sucked me in when you said northern Manitoba.
You're in?
You should have said Mo Verney. You should have said that.
Yeah.
I mean,
You didn't say that?
I don't.
No, you
I
just
don't think
said
so.
it's a good show when it goes 4 seasons long.
That's true.
We're going north.
4 seasons in a movie for SkyMed?
I'd love to see their crossover with
Yeah.
ground med, water med. See what they're up to. Maybe that already happened in the first 3 seasons. I
Maybe.
got some catching up to do.
Maybe.
Go ahead.
Are you going to address this? Are you going to address the Pastor Troy confusion here? The
no.
The stream team is mad.
Did we get it wrong?
Lil Troy did want to be a baller.
Pastor
Not
Troy.
same guy.
Okay.
Not the
different
same guy.
Okay,
He's more
good
of
catch.
Pastor Troy's more of a vice versa guy. That's one of his songs. Other songs. But where's Little Troy from? Because Pastor Troy, local.
Where's
Yeah,
Little Troy
okay.
from? He's from Big Troy. But maybe not Pastor Troy.
It's Houston, Texas. Yeah. The South,
okay.
sort of.
Okay.
All right.
We got there. Oh, Pastor Troy from Augusta, Georgia, I guess.
Okay, it makes more sense that he would be.
His 2002 single, Are We Cuttin'? That's Pastor Troy.
Mm-hmm.
I bet if we heard it, we were like, oh, that song. But I can't think of it from the title. I got to be honest. Yeah.
We'll listen to it.
Yeah.
We'll watch 4 seasons of SkyMed, listen to this Pastor Troy song, and let you know about
Wow,
all
imagine
that
Pastor
stuff.
Troy shows up on an episode of SkyMed. It's like, what are you doing in northern Manitoba?
Northern Manitoba.
All right. Thank you for the questions. Keep them coming. We'll be hitting the beach here as we start to lose series to talk about and get down to, at most, 1 game a night. Love Bite of the night. Sponsored by Ben and Ethan from Muswell Hill, England. Yeah, that's right. The boys found each other in Muswell Hill. If you've been following along here, I guess it started with Ben first sponsoring Wowboy.
Correct.
And talking about his team and his rec league team and the GM, Damien, all that. And then we had a listener, Ethan, was like, what the hell? I also live in Muswell Hill. I'm looking for a basketball team. Can you link me up? They already linked up.
They had already linked up.
This is incredible.
They played together. We're showing you a photo
Happened
here
quickly.
on the YouTube stream of Ben on the left, Ethan on the right.
This is great. This brings me a lot of joy.
Yeah, Ben said it happened pretty easily. The only requirements of Ethan was to be available on a Monday evening and have access to £5. Done and done.
Oh, that's what it costs to pay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess so.
Well, I would like reports on everybody's game.
Ooh,
you know, like
interesting.
who's better between the two? How's Ethan fitting in with the new team? You know,
I mean, he looks.
This is great.
He's got a thumbs up after being sweaty, so I guess it was a good game.
This is awesome. Whoa, boy, bringing people together.
Two guys that I know that know each other.
Oh yeah, yes, totally. All right, well, boy goes to Wemby. Game high 27 points in the Spurs victory there. He shot 9 of 16 from the field. He hit 2 threes early. He went 7 of 9 from the free throw line. 17 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 blocks in just 33 minutes. This is sort of wild. He's not playing a lot of minutes still.
No.
And like, if they get past the Wolves here, got to win one more. Toughest thing to do, put a team to bed. But you do wonder, like, will that go up in the Thunder series? Does it have to go up for them to knock off the mighty defending champion Thunder? I mean, I would think so. But, you know, and how will he fare with that? So we'll see. What a game. Well, boy, Wemby. All right, that's it for today's show. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We'll be back here tomorrow on Thursday to recap Game 5 between the Cavs and Pistons, another pivotal game, huge game. And like I said, we'll do a little bit of a deep dive on the Sixers letting go of GM Daryl Morey and keeping Nick Nurse and where they go from here. So we'll get into that, as well as any other NBA news. Keep your questions coming so we can keep hitting the beach. No Dunks Inc. INC@gmail.com. Till then, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, there are still people named Chip.
Grace the day, people.